everybody. It's the Topless Dance Party. Let me introduce everybody. My name is Ken. You might know me as world-renowned rock writer, sleaze grinder, and this is the last gang in town. To my right, it's America's showgirl, everybody. It's also Riot. Woo! Stacey DC is out this week, so in her place.
Oh, look who got a promotion.
It's the Dancing Gorilla. It's Dancing Gorilla, everybody. Yeah! And over there, it's Kings of the Nighttime World. It's the Black Leather Lagoon. By the way, speaking of the Black Leather Lagoon, had a big meeting after the show last week. The great Johnny Barash felt like he wasn't getting enough camera time over there. So please make sure this evening that you get many, many shots of Johnny Barash over there.
Can we get my new bass drum head too?
Yeah, there you go. And you have to see his new look.
Oh, that's a beaut. Yeah. It's a beaut.
And he has his own dancers. They're back. The Lipstick Killers, they're there too. So just make sure you get all of the Johnny Barash that you can possibly handle. Incredible show this evening. Number one, we've got some great rock and roll from the Skeleton Beats. The Skeleton Beats, everybody. Yeah! We got a picture of the Skeleton. Look at them. Look at them over there. Now it looks like a rock and roll band. We also got. We're also going to get some comedy from Chloe. We didn't
Cunha.
get Cunha. Chloe Cunha, everybody. Yeah! There are many ways that last name could go. So let's assume that Elsa is correct in the Cunha.
You should always assume that I'm correct.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And also, speaking of Elsa, we're going to have an incredible performance tonight from our own Elsa Riot and the Black Leather Lagoon, and you don't want to miss it. A real musical twist this evening from Black Leather Lagoon and Elsa. And by the way, it is going to be Elsa's last performance for some time because she will be leaving us for the entire month of May, everybody. Faraway land.
And I'm going to miss you the most.
Yep. And by the way, you're going to miss my birthday, which is May 19th.
Oh, no.
And as anybody would tell you, my favorite thing for my birthday is adulation. And what I like to do is have what I like is a good love bomb. You guys know, you guys are familiar with the love bombing. That's when people tell you all the things they like about you. So since you're not going to be here to do it, Elsa, I'm going to give you to the end of the show to think about it. And then at the end, I will ask you, please, to bestow a love bomb upon me.
I will. Ooh, pressure on.
By the way, this is our 64th episode, and here are some people, some famous people born in 1964. This is off the top of my head. Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama, everybody, 1964. Also, the great Sandra Bullock, star of Speed, and then also, and of course, Eazy-E, R.I.P. All born in 1964. Great year to be born. All right, everybody. And by the way, I want to thank everybody for last week we had the Satanic Temple on, and for once, no angry phone calls or emails. So I think it's becoming a more progressive society all the time. You know, it used to be you have a Satanic Temple on, and then you got angry phone calls, you got death threats, all these kind of things. Now nobody even cares. It's great.
Yeah, we can curse now too. It's definitely more lax.
And we can curse now. I don't know if you've ever heard a gorilla curse before, but we're going to give you the opportunity right now.
Wait, Planet of the Apes.
Are you, well, you have.
Yeah.
but perhaps our audience hasn't. So go ahead. If you like Dancing Gorilla, give him a good.
Fuck Donkey Kong.
There you go, everybody.
All right.
There you go.
He's had it too good for too long.
I agree. He really has. All right, everybody, listen. This next band, very exciting. You're gonna love them. If you like skeletons and you like rock and roll, you got both things with these guys. Let's hear it, everybody. It's the Skeleton Beats.
I'm hoping you'll pick up that phone and tell me you wanna come over tonight. I'm sick of hanging out with your ghost. Memories are slowly fading. You're the one that I miss the most. We'll let the past, let's start it over. Not too late to turn back now. We'll make it up somehow. So let's go out to the show and meet some friends we know. Don't let them break us down. Our dreams won't crash into the ground.
Incredible, everybody. The Skeleton Beats. Everybody, let's hear it for them.
Yeah!
Let's get the Skeleton Beats over here. We'll find out. We'll dig in a little deep and find out what we can about these Skeleton Beats. Come on over, guys, and we'll work it all out. Here you go. Grab some microphones and let's talk. Let's talk the Skeleton Beats, everybody. Here's the first thing that I want to do. Amy, why don't you introduce everybody? Let everybody know who you're working with there.
All right, this is my motley crew.
Here they go.
I'm Amy Von Erie. This is
I'm Joey Two Fingers.
Mike Rancid. I'm K-Rock.
and this is our very special guest. We dragged down here to play a song we've only played once 2 years ago. This is our good friend Mike Bastick from
Mike and the Night Blinders.
All right.
Fantastic. Yeah. What a crew. These guys are the Skeleton Beats. So the first thing I want to do, Chris, I'm sure this is going to make sense.
Yep.
I'm going to quiz them on skeletons.
Of course.
Right? Yes. Because if you're going to be the Skeleton Beats, you should know a thing or two about skeletons.
We gotta get to
We love trivia.
the bare bones of this. We gotta know. We gotta know the facts.
All right.
We got all the information.
Skeleton Beats. How many bones in the adult body? God. How many? How many bones?
500.
No, that's incorrect.
377.
Is that a serious answer, Amy?
262.
Ooh, closer.
225.
No, you're all. It's 206 bones, everybody. In the adult.
Should have known that.
Well, all mine have been broken, so they're kind of like I have 2 bones per. So for my body, my 500 would be more accurate.
What do you count as a bone?
You have more. You have closer to 300 when you're born, but then like your skull is in pieces and then it fuses together. True story. What is the Skeleton Beats? What is the longest? Let's think about it. What's the longest bone in your body?
Femur.
What is? Wait a minute. What is the? Well, hold on. Yeah. Amy might be right. Tell me what a femur is. What is a femur?
Amy, what's the longest bone that's ever been in your body?
That's another show.
What is the femur? What bone is that?
The thigh bone.
You're exactly right. She's right. Let's hear it.
Amazing.
Amy knows the longest bone in the body. How many ribs do you have right now, Amy?
Oh, I don't know. 18. Yeah, I have no idea.
Do you really not have any idea how many?
12?
Like 36?
16?
You have 12 ribs. Come
I like
on.
ribs. They're delicious.
I think you have one for every tooth, right?
Finally.
So Manson has 11?
Yeah, exactly. Finally, which bone is your funny bone?
Your elbow? Bone? Why am I answering this shit?
The ulnar?
Yeah, it's in your elbow.
It's the ulnar. It's actually not a bone. It's a nerve. It's the ulnar nerve. Everybody.
We all learned something today. It's the first time I've ever done this sober.
Now we know more than we did before about the skeletons. Although you would figure the Skeleton Beats would be teaching me about
Knowing is half the
skeletons.
battle.
Are they accepting new
We
members?
know more now.
Let me say this. Skeleton Beats were on my old radio show, Sleeves Grinder Super Show. You guys remember that, right?
Yes.
It's a couple years back. It was 2016. Let's talk about some of the ways the world is different now. 2016 was, of course, 2 years ago, right? So let's go back. Let's think back. Yeah. Let's think back to 2016. In some ways, the world is different now than it was back then. Can you think of something, Amy, that's different now than 2016?
Yeah. Do we have to say his name?
Come on.
That white devil?
Listen to this. Everybody loved.
Don't make us do
In
it.
2016, when I had the Skeleton Beats on the radio show, everybody loved Louis C.K. Not anymore, though.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's a
Dang,
way the
Pizza
world is
Pocket.
different.
Yes.
Stranger Things. Have you seen the show Stranger
I
Things?
have.
I've never seen it, but there's something that's different in the world now.
What's that?
It didn't exist.
Didn't exist.
The last time I talked to these people, Stranger Things didn't exist.
What is
And
that?
everybody loved Louis C.K.
Was the new It still being made? Was that even out yet?
No, that wasn't out yet. Listen to this. Self-driving cars. We didn't have those last time we talked. Now we have them.
What? We
Do
have
we?
those now?
Yeah, one of them just.
Where's my
one of 'em-
hoverboard?
One of them just killed a guy, as a matter of fact.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
Who gave it that authority?
Instant translation headphones. Do you know how they have those now? There's no reason to learn a different language. How many languages collectively do the Skeleton Beats know? Yeah.
Fluently?
Yeah. Even if you're even just faking it.
Oh, like we said fluently, though.
Do accents count?
Do accents count? Because you have a bunch of those.
Well, we all do.
Probably one, realistically.
I think that's it. I think that's
Good.
it. We speak idiot fluently.
Yeah.
Depending.
I've gotten by when I've gone to other countries, but
You have?
it's not like I've remembered.
All right. What did you?
I had to learn some Italian, some
Okay.
German.
All right.
A little bit of
Come on, throw some Italian our
Croatian. I said when I was there, that was 2010. Birra.
Buongiorno.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. What is the what? If you go to another country and you got to fake whatever language it is, what is the phrase that you got to learn real quick?
Where's the bathroom?
Where's the bathroom? That's exactly right. That's it.
Think about how to
Boom.
get out of here.
Can I tell you something, Amy? That was perfect.
Oh, thanks.
That was Spanish, I'm assuming.
Yes. See.
Fantastic. So you could get by in Spain. Also, cryptocurrencies. That's another thing that exists now. You guys into that? You guys?
What's that?
No, that's like that Bitcoin stuff. What?
Yep.
I don't like it.
Talking about ghosts?
I don't like it.
Oh, here's something else that did not exist in 20, or maybe just began in 2016. Nobody really knew about it. All the rage, vaping. There was nobody vaping when we met.
Oh, I think vaping had just about taken off then.
It was just
They call it cloud chasing.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna say that self-driving cars didn't exist then, but they do now.
Yeah.
Vaping was definitely around.
Oh, vaping was already around.
Oh yeah.
Douche flutes.
Yeah.
In fact, when we were last together, it might have been peak vaping time, because I feel like vaping is on decline now.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Did you get it? You guys get into it at all?
No.
Did you miss the bug completely?
No, I still prefer, filterless cigarettes.
Okay. Really?
No.
That's cool.
I mean, yes.
It used to be rock and roll bands. They used to smoke cigarettes all the time, and now,
I'm gonna bring back candy
I think they're all
cigarettes.
dead.
yeah, all those bands are dead now.
So,
Do you guys have any bad habits?
We have a song.
No, I mean, if I did, I probably wouldn't talk about it on the air.
I like enchiladas. People think I'm weird for that.
What is that?
That's that thing in a can. That's that thing in a can that's beer and clamato.
Yeah, that counts. That's a bad habit.
Oh.
See?
How do you discover that?
The gorilla's making vomit faces, so he knows what it's.
That's like
it's about.
the first person
It's like
that,
a Bloody
milked
Mary,
cow was
but
like,
with
oh, this
beer.
is good. Like how did you stumble upon that? How
Yeah,
were
how
you
did
like,
that-
oh,
something
like
like
this?
that
I'm
enter
gonna
your life?
consume
A
this.
Mexican restaurant made it for me.
Okay.
It was
What's made of
delicious.
this?
Trap.
Fish liquid. That'd be great.
So I just get the canned version, so I can drink on the street and put it in a bag.
So that's the world, but let's find out in 2 years what has happened to the skeleton meat. By the way, congratulations for still being together and still
Yeah.
going strong. You released. I feel like you released a record since we last
We were
spoke.
working on break, weren't we?
So, we're a little leaner and meaner. We'll put it that way.
What is that? Tell me what that means.
We've got 4 members.
Oh, you lost a guy.
Yeah. And
I
we
can't.
have.
I'm trying to picture in my
That's
head
okay.
which guy
We don't
you
need
lost,
to.
but I can't.
And we have a new. Our CD came out.
Because all these guys came in, and I was like, okay, check.
A year ago.
I don't remember.
2017, right?
I got to look back and.
If you want to throw any flack, this is the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Shout a
I won't
message.
do
He
that.
fired a guy or he quit.
No, he left on his
He left
on
on
his
his
own
own.
terms.
Oh, he left on his own. Did he
Yes.
leave?
Look what you're missing out on, buddy.
Yeah.
It's a talk show now.
Did he leave in a huff or was it amicable?
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with it. I have no problems with him at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
All
think. I mean, he has a lot going on and everything, and so. It was just
Sure. All right.
There was a lot of scheduling issues and stuff, so
Yeah. Okay. So you lost a
I had
guy.
to streamline things.
Yeah.
So you lost a guy, but you carried on.
We did.
Yeah.
And we have our CD Break that's out. You can get it on.
Wait a minute. So the
Bandcamp.
name of it,
It's called Break.
it's called Break.
It's the first song we played.
Yeah. Is it a concept record? That's what I like. It's a good concept record.
No, we're not good at concepts. We can't even figure out what to wear half the time. So
We're just like 1, 2, go.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most exciting live performance of the Skeleton Beats since we last spoke in 2016?
For me, it was probably when we did Milltown this past summer and
That's in Lowell, Mass, right?
Yeah.
Sturbridge.
Sturbridge, Mass.
And what was exciting about
Tell me everything there is to know about Sturbridge, Mass. We, of course, are broadcasting from Somerville, Massachusetts. So, we like to hear about other local scenes.
they get a really good truck stop there.
Fantastic.
And a great barbecue place.
Okay, cool.
And their car show is awesome.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
That's what we play.
Yeah.
That's what we
Wait,
play.
but they have in Sturbridge. They have Sturbridge Village. I don't know what that is, but that's a thing for sure.
It's old-timey.
Sturbridge Village,
Yes.
right? Do you
It's- yeah,
ride
it's
around
kinda-
on a train, like a little train or something?
It's
Is
kind
that-
of like the Plymouth Plantation.
Yeah, you can watch them like churn butter and like shear
okay.
sheep and
all right.
stuff.
Yeah. All right. That sounds excellent.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there was a day? Was this last year when you guys played in Sturbridge?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a day last year that I could have churned some butter
You could have. Yeah.
and then seen the skeleton beats.
Yeah.
What a day that would have been.
And slept in your car. Everyone else does.
Yeah.
Take a truck full of PBR they bring every year was pretty cool too.
Yeah, and gone to this incredible truck stop. That sounds like it was an incredible day for you guys.
Yeah, it's always fun. We
It was
played,
exciting
like,
for me because I got there so late because of traffic, and I got there like 10 minutes after we were supposed to be on stage. So
Wait a minute.
Always one
Needed him
guy.
yesterday.
So was everybody on stage waiting for you to show up, or were they all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, that's very stressful for the rest of the band. You know that, right?
As usual.
We need that guy.
Got to think how important it is bass all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Sounds different.
Yeah. Could you have just gone on with if you didn't show up? You could have just played anyway, right?
I mean, we could have.
Yeah, you could have, right?
But I didn't want to.
It was good, but yeah, I guess
Yeah.
technically.
So tell us about some of the songs on this new record. It's called Break. And what are they about? Because you guys are kind of spooky, right? That's the whole thing with you guys.
Kind of.
You're kinda
Spooky
spooky.
by
I
nature.
think you're the only one that knows the words. So
Yeah, it's really funny
What are
that
they
I'll be
about?
like, it's this part when I say this, and they're like, we don't know what the hell
Yeah.
you're saying
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It's not a concept album. It's just kind of. I mean, some of the songs are more straight rock and roll. Some of the other ones are more crampsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just kind of just put a bunch of fun songs in there to,
The
have
song you
mindless
played-
entertainment.
song you played was called Break, right?
Yes, we played Break, and then we played the song Leech.
Okay. What's
What-
Break
what are-
about? Tell me what Break's about.
Break, I wrote that just about getting older, and you don't see your friends as much anymore, and
That's the best part about getting older.
your friends, I said, not the people you despise, but no, being able to, you don't go out to the shows as much anymore. It's hard to get people out and enjoying live music, having
Yeah.
a good time. It's
Yeah.
like, you got to twist arms to get people
Right.
out of the house.
Okay.
So it's like, don't give up on all the fun stuff you used to do, and get out there and
Get
live.
out there. Right.
Yeah.
But what's the break part?
About don't let life break you down.
Okay. All right. I got it. Oh, so it's uplifting.
Yeah. It's probably the
Fantastic.
only uplifting song I've written.
Yeah. We need more of that.
what's great about this band, though, what I love about this band is I can if one of us brings something to the table
Yeah.
as far as like a song, just like a little bit. With competent band members, everyone just starts jamming. It's like, so I got this little thing goes like this, and by the end of practice, like we have another song.
That's how it should be.
Right.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Did you get any new tattoos since I saw you last?
I don't have much room left now.
2016 to now?
Yeah,
All right.
no.
All right.
I'm due.
Yeah. I'm gonna get one next month.
Nice.
Yeah. There they are, everybody. It's the Incredible Skeleton Beats. Yeah. We're gonna hear more from that in a while. More from the Skeleton Beats in a little while. All right, get out here for now. There they go, everybody. It's the Skeleton Beats. I love those guys. This is one of my favorite, what you call local bands. And you're gonna hear some more from them in just a bit. But right now, boy, it's really lonely up here today. Look at this. Wow.
Jeez,
Incredible.
Ghost Town.
Yeah.
Tumbleweeds.
This is not the life I expected to live. To be on a
Sand,
couch by
Bosco.
myself on television, it's incredible.
Barren Wasteland.
Thank you. That's really the most
Yeah.
important part.
It's the Ken Show now. Really shine. Here's the time.
This next performer is one of the funniest comics in town. And I think everybody knows it. And I think we're very lucky. And by the way, you can't tell because we're on television, but she smells fantastic. So that's another thing. Here she comes, everybody. It's Chloe Cunha, everybody!
Hi. Right on. Hello. How's it going? A little bit about me for those who don't know me. I don't like it when men tell me what to do. Okay, yeah, I'll give you a specific example. This one time in college, I went on a date with a fella, and I told him that my major was cinema studies because I like movies. Makes sense, right? He was like, no, you should become a lawyer so you can make a lot of money. Yeah, factual but rude, right? So now I'm unemployed. I live with my mom. And I'm gay. Yeah. never showed him. Ha ha. Yes, a big fan of the gay sex, as I'm sure we all are. Try to have it as often as possible. Frequently fail in that venture. Turns out a lot of women only into men. Yeah, weird, I agree, but whatever. I don't want to kink shame anybody. You do you. I will say, first time I engaged in sexual relations with a lady other than myself. Just saying it counts. Totally counts. I've had some great times by myself. But anyway, first time with a lady other than myself. Very memorable. Really because, well, she had a particular piercing right on the clitoris. So, yeah, good for her, right? But also, I thought very thoughtful. In case anyone had trouble finding it, you know? It's like, oh, where's it? Ding! There you go. It's like a pin on a map. A lighthouse in a sea of vag. It was beautiful. It's kind of been downhill ever since then, though. Had that nice warm reception, and then ever since I've had some trouble. I actually got broken up with pretty recently, and it happened in my room. Yeah, and I do live with my mom. That's factual. So halfway through the breaking up, my mom comes home from work, hears that someone is on the other side of my bedroom door, guesses correctly that it was my then at the time girlfriend, and she's so sweet. She's real supportive. Didn't used to be. So now she's overcompensating a little bit, right? She knocks on my door, and she's like, oh, you know, is so-and-so staying for dinner? And I'm having my heart broken, so all I can think to say is, oh, now is not a good time. Now is not a good time. I can't really respond in a coherent phrase. And my mom got really mad. She got so mad because she thought that meant I was saying that we were having sex. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. She didn't get mad because of the sex. She got mad because that is not an excuse to ignore your mother. Okay. I should say there is a cultural difference. My mom is French. That might explain why that's what made her mad. You know, she was just like ready with a tray of cigarettes after. Yeah. So I am currently single. Hard to date in Boston. I don't know if you're a queer woman. I think it's hard to date. Somehow, every queer lady in Boston simultaneously never leaves the house, but also already has a girlfriend. It's like Schrodinger's lesbian cat. I don't know how it happened. They're all just at home knitting sweaters for their girlfriends' cats. I don't know. Yeah, it is true. Oh, yeah, it's true. And, you know, I'm not one of those people that believes I was born in the wrong time or something like that. I think we all know why that's kind of silly. That being said, a real fact, Victorian slang for lesbian was a female adventurer. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. How amazing must lesbian culture have been at the time that they were called female adventurers? Some things never change, granted. They're still probably knitting sweaters for cats. But that cat is a tiger, and it was a gift from the Shah of Persia for showing his daughter a good time. I'll leave you with this quick little thing here. I am rather unlucky in love, it is true. Here's a good example. Some friends tried to set me up with another Chloe. Let's call her Hot Chloe, because that's what everybody else called her. It did not work out. Here's how I knew. We met 4 or 5 times. She could never remember my name. So, that's been me. Thanks a lot.
Chloe, come on, man. Let's talk a little. Let's get to know Chloe a little bit.
This is fun. Ooh, exciting.
That's the gorilla.
Hi.
He dances sometimes. He plays the drums too.
Right on.
Pretty good. By the way, now it makes more sense because your name is sort of impossible to pronounce, but it's because you're French.
That's why.
It's the English tongue is mangling it. It's not really.
Although I do have to say
Go
that
ahead.
my last name is technically Portuguese.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's okay. We can whatever. Europe. It's all in Europe.
Cunha.
Cunha.
correct?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's
All right, very
perfect. You nailed it.
good. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing the math in my head. You really opened my eyes here because, you know, you were talking about how difficult it is to date if you're gay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, why would it be? But then if you think about the numbers, if they say that it's 10% of the population,
Yeah.
right? And if we're talking like half, say, are women, that's 5% of the population that you got to work with. That's very difficult to find. What do you do?
Well, there is the internet, you know,
Internet,
Tinder
that's-
and all that stuff, but I'm not very good at that. I don't always know. I wonder about those statistics, to be honest with you.
Do you not believe those statistics?
I feel like it's more than that. I don't know. I mean, at least in a city, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like because all the gays, like, we all concentrate ourselves in the city.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from Cambridge, actually, so
Really?
I'm
Me too.
already from, oh, right on.
Yeah.
I'm already from a city, but I feel like a lot of people in the rural areas are like, oh, I'm the one gay in the village, time to move.
Yeah, right. And then they all move to the same place.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
you have a higher density
Yeah.
to work with here.
Yeah, so that helps.
It's a good luck to you.
Little.
It's going to work out fine.
I hope.
By the way, here's what I want to say. Chloe is not just a comedian, she's also an actress.
Yeah.
And she was in a motion picture called Blood of the Tribbids. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a vampire movie.
Yeah.
Which is a lesbian vampire
Yes.
movie. Are you a
Yes.
lesbian vampire in the movie?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Tell us about the movie. What happened in it? What do you do in it?
that
What's
is-
what's your role?
That was such a fun time. I love doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm actually one of the leads, I guess.
Okay.
I guess. One of the leads, whatever, no big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really fun movie. It's Sophia Cassiola and Michael J. Epstein, who were local filmmakers around here, and they have since moved to LA. But they're both terrific. And I just feel very fortunate to have been in that movie. It was a really fun time. A lot of like local burlesque people are in it.
Right.
And
Can I tell you something? Listen
Yeah.
to this. So I have a band. It's
Uh-huh.
called Corpse Paint. And I'm a singer in the band. And I also have another singer in the band. And her name is Stabby. And she was also
of course.
in Blood of the Tribbids.
Yes, she was great.
It's a small world,
Yeah.
isn't it? So, yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
They tell me it's an avant-garde kind of art. It's an arty. If you like your lesbian vampire films arty,
Oh, yes.
then
This is the
that's-
one.
that's the one to do it. What did you? What was the audition like? How did you get the role?
So that was interesting. I actually got it kind of, I want to say by chance almost, because I knew them, the filmmakers, through, at the time I was co-hosting a variety show at what has changed names now to the Rockwell Theater. And they were the house band. They're multi-talented, so they're also musicians. And so we just knew each other, and one day on Facebook they were talking about doing like a horror film that was kind of a tribute to like Hammer horror and like, you know, Jean Rollin, all these very specific like 70s
Sure.
like art house movies. And I was like, oh, I love, you know, that style and everything. Are you going to do any of it in French? Because Jean Rollin is a French filmmaker. And if so, would you like me to help you with translations or anything? And they were like, well, it kind of depends if we get French actors.
Right.
And I was like, well, I haven't acted since high school, but throw my head in the ring. And they're like, right, really? And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, well, are you comfortable with all of these things? I was like, yep, absolutely. I'm not going to run for president. And I'm naked in the movie. I should mention that. Yeah, and they were like, well, if you want it, you got the role. And I was like, hell yeah. So it's pretty
Unbelievable,
straightforward.
everybody. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
And by
it's
the
good- it was
way,
neat.
you just saw Chloe do her stand up. If while you're, I don't know what you were thinking when you're watching, but if you were thinking, what does she look like naked? It turns out you can just watch this movie.
Exactly. That's
then you
actually how I bill it a lot. That's how I convince people to watch it. I'm just like, if you're too afraid to ask, you can just, you know,
There you go.
check it out on Amazon.
Yeah, that works out. Is it about who is your character in it? Are you the Countess Bathory in that?
That would have been fun. So I'm basically a moody
Okay.
lesbian, true to life. It was an acting stretch.
Okay.
And so the plot of it is, without giving too much away, there's this, you know, society.
No spoilers, please.
Yeah, no spoilers. I'll just say very basically, there's a society that mirrors our own in some ways, where it's ruled by a lot of very angry men, and they're kind of
Right.
putting down the women. And yeah, I know. I agree, Gorilla. And
Gorilla knows what you're talking
Yeah.
about. He's been there.
they kind of put down the women.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those women, and I have a whole love story with my co-host, not co-host, co-star. And it's cool. It's neat. I actually do get to speak in French. You know, that's a bit of a spoiler, I guess.
So we're gonna. Everybody, make sure you watch that. How do you watch that if you want to see it?
So it's
Amazon, I
on,
think.
yeah, it's on Amazon.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can also find it. The movie itself has a website, and so you can I think you can still buy a DVD if you want to have it a hard copy of it.
I like a good DVD every
Yeah.
now and then.
Yeah,
Dancing Girl, you like a good DVD every Blu-ray maybe? You know.
yeah. They might have Blu-ray left still. I have a copy of Blu-ray.
By the way,
But-
here's what I want to say. Speaking of Countess Ballery, who famously, right, her whole thing was she bathed in the blood of virgins to stay young, and apparently 650 of them. Here's why I don't buy it, Chloe. I can't imagine doing anything 650 times, never mind killing somebody and then bathing in their blood. Do you know how much work that would be? That's way too much work.
Yeah, I get that. Well, for me, I think
The numbers don't add up.
Well, for me, my issue I think would be more like, isn't that like having your favorite dessert every day? Like you just get sick of it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to murder someone again today.
Yeah, I mean, you're not doing it every day,
Oh.
right? I mean, like, you know, even if it's a week, then it's 650. I mean, that drags out for decades. It's too much. It's way
true.
too much.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of malarkey, if you ask me. Hey, here's a question. Name a food, if you will, that you will vow right now on the show to never eat again. Go ahead.
A food I will never eat
A
again.
food you will never eat again. You've eaten it for the last time already.
Oh wow. I don't know. That's a good question.
Let me ask you another question.
I have troubles with commitment,
Oh,
clearly.
yeah, okay,
so
that's okay. We'll come back to it.
that's why I'm
if you,
single.
If you haven't thought of one yet, I'll ask you at the end of the show. But also, when's the last time that you stormed out of a room?
Ooh,
Go ahead.
Probably not that long ago.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
I feel like I probably was mad at a parent or something. I'm just
Okay.
like,
Oh, that's
you know.
right. So you live with your mom.
I do live with my mom.
Certainly, at some
She's cool,
point.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once in a while, you have to storm out of the room. I've had enough of this conversation, and then off you go.
Yeah.
What's it like living with your mom? Pretty good?
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
She's cool. I mean, we've gotten better at living with each other as adults. You know, at first it was a little bit hard, I think, but we've definitely adapted more to each other.
Let me ask you this. Is it your old room that you've moved back into?
It is my old room,
Does
but
it have your old posters from when you were a teenage Chloe?
Sort of. I kind of adapted it. It's a little more of a.
Oh, okay,
it's less embarrassing. Like I actually have a nice adult room now that I
Okay,
can bring
all right.
someone home to. That I'm not
All right.
embarrassed about. So, yeah, I used to have a bunk bed. That was always man.
Nice. Wait a minute. Why did you have a bunk bed? Did you share it with a sibling?
So it was so I do have a twin, and he's got his own room. But when we were younger, we both had I guess bunk bed. It wasn't the right term because it was like an elevated bed, and then there was no bed underneath, but it was
Okay.
elevated. It was like a loft bed, I guess.
All right.
But yeah, some of the women I've dated have really put up with me. I gotta apologize now to anybody who ever had an interaction on that bed, just because, yeah.
Shout out to Chloe's mom for putting up with her, everybody. Come on, let's hear it. Chloe, it's an absolute pleasure to have you. Chloe Cunha, everybody. We're gonna.
Thank you for having me.
It's been fantastic. We're gonna say goodbye to Chloe for now, but we'll find out more about where we can find Chloe in just a few minutes because we just gave you a taste of Chloe.
Oh yeah.
You want the full Chloe package, and we'll find. All right, Chloe, go on. There she goes. Chloe Cunha, everybody. Chloe Cunha. Fantastic. She knows French. The gorilla only knows grunts. That's all he knows.
Language barrier.
Yeah. Listen, everybody. This next performer needs no introduction because she works here, and I am so excited for this incredible performance. I think you're going to be blown away. You're going to love it, everybody. Elsa Ryan and Black Leather Lagoon. Incredible. Dancing Gorilla, that was incredible. What an incredible sight. Listen, everybody, let's bring Elsa over here. Elsa, you coming over here? Elsa's coming. Elsa's getting...
Don't worry, Ken. I'm here for you, bucko.
By the way, that song was by the rock and roll band called Yes.
Yes.
And I believe...
Yes.
And I believe... I don't know. I believe that song was from 1980... 1983, everybody.
Boom.
By the way, Sam from Black Leather Lagoon has seen Yes twice.
I've seen 2 different iterations of Yes.
She's seen 2 different iterations
Official Yes
of the
and
rock band Yes.
members of Yes
Yes.
are playing Yes songs.
Official Yes and unofficial Yes. So that's truly incredible.
Impressive. It's a lot of yes.
That's so much Yes.
No.
So much yes.
How exactly did we get to Yes? Elsa, tell us how we get to Yes. How we got to Yes.
What? How we got to that yes?
Yeah.
I just like that song a lot.
Okay.
There's no better story.
It's beautiful.
I'm sorry.
It's beautiful. And that was that was a little fan dancing, everybody. That's another specialty of Elsa. Is there nothing she can't do?
I don't know. You'll find out.
So far, she can do anything. Let's get back to a little more rock and roll.
Yeah.
Here they are, everybody. Once again, the Skeleton Beats!
We're going to take things down a notch now. Babe, we did a bad thing. And where we're going now is a place I wouldn't wish my enemies to be. Can't you see that there's no turning back? The road is calling out our names. The night shadows keep us company as we escape the madness that's become a part of our reality. Can't you see? It won't be long till they close in, find out we're the ones to blame. I heard him call my name. I heard him cry. Well, I heard him take his last breath and whispered my last goodbye. Babe, we did a bad thing. Was this the only choice we had so we could be together, you and me? Can't you see? This blood that's on our hands, it ain't ever washing clean. The night shadows, now they haunt my dreams. I close my eyes, see his face, can't erase the imagery. Can't you see? How can I live with what I've done? All innocence is lost in me. I heard him call my name. I heard him cry. Well, I heard him take his last breath and whispered my last goodbye. I heard him call my name. I my last
Incredible, everybody. The Skeleton Beats, everybody.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Now, everybody, it's that time of the show. The show's almost over. It's time to do the plugs. This is where everybody gets together and they talk about what's happening because, after all, everybody's here for a purpose. They want you to go to their shows. They want you to buy their products. So, Skeleton Beats, come on over here. Chloe, come on over here and we'll work all that out. By the way, let me tell you this is while they're coming over. Next week on the show, we've got some goth rock from Lucretia's Daggers. So bring your black clothes and your witch hats. And Sam, remember last time we had a goth band and we watched a video to learn how to do goth dancing. So we'll be utilizing that.
Oh, that video was great.
One of them is too many cobwebs. Do this. Yeah, right. So that'll be fun. Also, Killian McCaskey's going to bring some laughs. We've got Boylesque from Lucky Charming. Believe Lucky's going to be
great. He's great.
Lucky's going to be doing a little number with the Black Little Lagoon, and our old pal Pro Buttons filling in for Elsa. All that's happening here next week, so don't miss it. But for now, let's find out what everybody's up to. First of all, we have the incredible Skeleton Beats. Skeleton Beats, once again, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
You can buy their record, but also let's find out where we can see the Skeleton Beats next.
All right, so you can buy our CD on Bandcamp, and our next show. Oh, here's our CD.
Oh, there it is, everybody.
Starlight.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. Our next show is May 19th at Kodo in Salem. I know we're playing with the Von Traps, and do we know who else?
Wolfman Chuck.
Wolfman Chuck.
Wolfman Chuck.
There's another band.
Von Traps.
Oh, God. Yeah, we're awful. But it can be all great bands at a great venue and great promoters.
Kodo
Love
in Salem, everybody.
Yeah.
By the way, I live in Salem. True story. And also, another true story. May 19th, it's my birthday. That's also...
Yeah. So we'll see you there.
Okay, we'll see you there. That sounds good. There you go, Skeleton Beats. And go to Bandcamp. You can buy the new record. Let me see that record.
This is a record. Oh, we need our friend Mike to plug his band.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Mike, you can plug yours, too. Give him a microphone. There you go.
Yeah, so
Go ahead,
I
Mike.
play for the Mike and the Nightblinders. We used to be a string band. We just finished our second full length that is like a rock and roll band now. We ditched the banjo and the fiddle, and now we're full electric, and yeah.
Like Bob Dylan.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
We were playing the Tattoo Convention this Friday. With Cole 2 and Screaming the Dirtbag and Cactus Attack, so should be a good time.
That's incredible. So go and see them, and you can go and get a tattoo while you're there. And then there's the record. Chloe, it's very important that you pay attention now to Chloe because she's going to tell you where you can find her next.
So I am performing this Friday at Improv Boston on the Token Show. I should know what time it is off the top of my head, but I think it's 7:30. Let me check my calendar real quick.
Tell me why it's called the Token Show, Chloe.
So it's called Token because it's representing like rather, it's showcasing underrepresented voices in comedy.
Right.
So it's a really neat show. I will be able to tell you in just a moment what time precisely it is.
This is good.
It is
8 p.m.?
Maybe?
Let's say 8 p.m.
7, 8, something like that?
My calendar is just being very funny.
I think if you show up
But if you
usual
go-
comedy time,
If you
you'll
go to
see her.
Improv Boston, you'll be able to find it.
Okay.
So that's my next show.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to perform again at Improv Boston.
Okay.
The next day, as part of their stand-up throwdown,
Okay.
that's a competition. So actually, if people want to show up and cheer for me, that would be rad. And that show, I know off the top of my head, is at 9 p.m.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can check out my podcast too.
Oh, yeah, what's your podcast called?
It's called Yes Homo, and it's showcasing.
Yes, Homo.
I know, it's pretty obvious. But yeah,
Are you,
guess what it's about?
Right.
It's showcasing LGBT comedians. So me and Dylan Usher co-host that.
Are you making any other naked vampire movies, or is that?
But actually, in terms of podcasts, I am really fortunate to have a role in the Penumbra podcast, which is a really neat, like, queer sci-fi noir thing.
Okay.
So
All right.
if you like weird gay shit, you should check that out.
Fantastic.
Really great.
Let's go over to the Black Lead Lagoon. We got the Gala, we got Radium Girls. I bet they got stuff going on.
The Gala US. You can get our records at Deadbeat Records. Buy them. May 12th, you can get us at Midway with Nervous Eaters, Highland, and Justina Young Clean. Ah!
What about Radium Girls? Anything going on with them?
Oh yeah, we have big news. We're going to be opening for. Oh, there we go. Radium Girls is going to be opening for Juliana Hatfield. Yeah, on Monday, May 7th at the Burn in Davis Square, and there's only like 15 tickets left, so you should get them immediately if you want them.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about back there? I bet there's stuff going on back there too.
Yeah, I was just on May's radio show Monday. It's on WEMF on Monday nights from 10 to midnight. May, what's it called?
It's called The Wild Side. Tune in on Monday nights at 10.
Fantastic. Elsa Riot, I know you're going to a faraway land soon, but I'm sure you have something happening before then.
Yes,
Tell us
if you
about it.
enjoyed that burlesque performance, you would enjoy Smoke and Shadows, my monthly burlesque and variety show. And it is also Monday, May 7th, right next door to the Burn. So I guess we're rivals now, Sam. Yeah, so that's 8 p.m. and you can find tickets on elsariot.com.
Well, don't worry, there's room for everybody also.
What time's your set?
Yeah, what time's your set? Yeah, exactly. I get the feeling you could see both if you really wanted to.
Score one for Riot.
What an incredible night it was, but it's time to go. And this is the part of the show where we dance. If you don't want to dance, you can stand there awkwardly and stare at the camera. But there they are, everybody. It's the Black Leather Lagoon!